All right, today I want to introduce a brand new product to you. It is a primary clutch slide. Now, today's date or this month is March of 25. If newer models can use it, the website will be most accurate on the description of what it fits. But these replace 17 through 20 turbo RZR slides. They replace 24 and 25, maybe newer, XP1000 RZR slides, 24 and newer Xpedition slides. So they fit a multitude of vehicles. The reason that they fit both is because on the newer RZRs, this is the clutch, and this is our slide, the old 17 slide, and then the new HD one from Polaris. But this clutch is essentially a 17 through 20 turbo RZR primary clutch with a different bore in the back to fit on the crank of the newer RZRs and Xpedition. And then the only other thing I could find different is they went with this, what they call a heavy duty slide. So I have the three of them. Now this is the 17 through 20. It should be quite obvious how little and flimsy. These have been known to break. So even though we created them with the 24 newer Xpedition and XP1000 in mind, we luckily found out through all this that it can go back, work on 17 through 20 turbo RZRs, and it'll be a hell of an upgrade for them. Why does the newer XP1000 and Xpedition need them? They came up with this slide. They call it a heavy duty, and I'll give them that. It is in fact more heavy duty. However, one big problem, and hopefully I can demonstrate here, is look how much movement it has, okay? So with all of this movement, that means this clutch has a lot of rattle inside here with all it. Now it's not gonna move because our slide is in here. So there's a lot less movement, which in turn means a lot quieter idle. It means a lot quieter start. There's a tremendous amount of rattle in this primary clutch when it first starts up. I was freaking out when I first got mine. I thought it was a timing chain, but in fact it was a clutch. The next thing is believe it or not, and this is gonna sound weird, there's less friction on this wider slide than it would be the heavy duty. And you're gonna go, now, that doesn't make any sense. Now, how can something with more surface area have less friction? Actually, it has less force. It requires less force to slide. It makes it more efficient. Explain that to me. Well, several examples, okay? If we were to take a 2x4 piece of wood, and put 200 pounds on it and try to slide it across the ground, all that force is on that narrow 4-inch board, and you just couldn't slide it. If you put 200 pounds on a piece of plywood 4 feet wide and tried to pull it, it'd be easier to slide across. Another example in my little world, because I'm an equipment junkie, is bulldozers. They have what they call LGP tracks, which are really wide tracks, low ground pressure, and they actually have less traction than a narrow one for the exact same reason. Heavy bulldozer on smaller tracks has more force down and has more pushing power. The wide tracks have less ground pressure and will not sink in. All right, hopefully that's some crazy analogies. You just don't have to trust me on it. We 3D print these out of a carbon fiber material, a high quality carbon fiber material. Had to totally revamp the 3D printer to be able to do these at the temperature that needed to be done. Then we heat treat them, and then we put this nanoparticle lubricant that we've been using on clutch rollers and clutches and other stuff for years on them, and that material embeds in the pores in your clutch and makes for a super slick mating surface. So they're heavier duty, they're more efficient, and they're quieter. For you 17 through 20 owners, I'll be honest with you, they would be a really good idea if you're buying a brand new clutch as a preventive measure. If you have one of the newer vehicles that I'm talking about, if you don't mind spending the money, they're not cheap. I would put them in to cut the noise down and all that. Will the factory ones, are they going to be extremely problematic? Not near as bad as that 17 through 20. Those you need to get them gone and get these in there. So as we continue to strive forward, making new products, making improvements. This just happens to be one of them. Check them out on the website. We'll put a link down in the description so you can get straight to them. Our Hunter, if he's doing his job, he'll put it in a shopping where you can do a shopping deal right at the bottom. Make sure you subscribe and like, because there's a lot of new stuff happening here at Hunterworks over the next few months that you do not want to miss, I promise you. So we appreciate you very much. Have a install video on these very soon. And if you got any questions, Todd@hunterworks.com. Thanks.